Welcome back, everybody, to Nonstop Sports Talk. Here with me tonight is Jake Pinegar, kicker for Penn State. We'll be interviewing him. Our other co-host, Stephen Stockwell, unavailable tonight. Jake, how's it going?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Pretty good. All right, so I'm going to ask you a few questions about how the season's going and just life in general in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So you play in Iowa City this weekend. A bit of a homecoming game for you.
Yep.
Do you expect to receive any sort of reception in Iowa City, knowing that you're from Iowa?
Yeah, you mean like just like a plot, like recognition type thing?
Yeah, or just from the crowd, or yeah.
I mean, I would say certainly from like family and friends and stuff like that. But as far as like a crowd, like environment, like welcome type thing, no way.
Mm-hmm. Booing, maybe extra. Maybe extra booing at you since you're from Iowa.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, I expect like more noise, more that stuff than like a greeting. It's not going to be like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how you like it, right?
Oh yeah.
Do you feel any extra pressure with it being your first game back in Iowa since high school?
I don't know. Pressure. I don't know about pressure. I think it's obviously going to be loud, a tough environment, a lot of crowd noise, a lot of stuff like that. And I obviously feel like there's going to be a little more emphasis on me just because I'm from there. So yeah, there's going to be more of incentive on both sides, on my side and their side, the crowd, all that stuff like that. But I'm just going to treat it like any other game, any other time we go out there and do our thing. So I don't know about more pressure, but it's definitely going to be a big game.
Mm-hmm. So far on the year, you guys are up to number 10, still undefeated.
Yep.
You guys haven't attempted as many field goals this year as last year. Is it kind of hard to stay warmed up and ready to go with how much less attempts you guys have had?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, so this is going to be our, I think, sixth game. This will be our sixth game. And last year, through 6 games, I had only attempted 6 field goals. Or no, through 5 games. So we played 5 games. So last year, through 5 games, I had only attempted 6 field goals. This year, I've only attempted 5. So, I mean, last year, I only attempted 1 more compared to this year. I was like 3 for 6 going into the 6th game last year. And 4 for 5 right now, which is obviously a way better start. I'm happy with that. So, I mean, we haven't really played anybody, too, that, our offense hasn't been able to get through and has struggled with, really, where to set up a field goal. Our offense has done a good job. But this is going to be a different test. It'll be a much harder test. I think there are going to be a couple more field goals. I think there'll be a lot more crucial as well. So, I'm going to come into each and every moment, each and every game, expecting to kick as many times as I can. So, yeah.
What's your favorite part about playing for Coach Franklin?
Favorite part about playing for Coach Franklin? He's just a good dude. He cares a lot about the players. He's a players guy. He really tries to be connected with the players a lot. And he's just a huge relationship guy, man. Like, he's all about family-oriented things. He's all about being close and building relationships with the players. And I know that he's got my back. He's got all of our guys' backs. And, we can really notice his support and his love for all of us. So I'd say that's the best thing.
Yeah, I can definitely tell by that on the sidelines.
Yeah.
He's and I can just tell he defends you guys.
Yeah.
I think I know the answer to this one. The game I was at. What's your favorite stadium outside of Beaver Stadium that you've played at?
Yeah. I mean, I would probably say, like you were talking, like the Big House. Obviously, that's a really cool stadium. You get a lot of people there as well. Cool, rich tradition, stuff like that. I think that place, and I think Heinz Field, we played it there. I thought that was a pretty cool atmosphere as well. I'd say those two.
And I assume we haven't reached the Ohio State game yet, but I assume the Horseshoe will be up there once you
Yeah,
do.
that'll be a cool experience, man. That's obviously a really big stadium, really rich in tradition, also. So I'm looking forward to that one as well.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite part of Pennsylvania, non-football related?
Favorite part of Pennsylvania?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, in the summer you kind of get out and get to do more things. But lately, man, it's just kind of been a grind. So I haven't really gone out and been able to do much. But being here the past year and a half, I would just say you're closer to a lot more places. Like if I want to, I can go to New York, or I can go to Philly, or I can go to Pittsburgh, or stuff like that. You're kind of closer to more places. There's mountains here, like obviously like Happy Valley. It's in a valley, so there's mountains and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Iowa, man, it's just there's not really much there, so it's kind of cool to see that. Just around more things, man, more stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of Iowa, what do you miss about Iowa?
I mean, there's not. I mean, technically speaking, there's not like a lot of stuff you can miss,
Mm-hmm.
but like obviously, like it's home, and you're gonna miss home no matter where it is or where you're from. So I just miss, just being around home,
Mm-hmm.
my friends, my family, stuff like that. I wouldn't say there's like certain things that I miss, but just friends and family.
Yeah, there's certainly not much to do in Iowa.
Yeah.
Only a few questions left. Who's the best athlete out of the specialists?
Well, Spencer, I'm gonna have to say that it's me. I'm gonna say all around athlete, all around type of guy. I'm gonna say it's me. There might be a couple kids that are gonna argue that they can say whatever, but I'm gonna say it's.
Who are those kids that would argue that?
We got some kids on our team that they think they're athletic. They think they're real athletes. They haven't really had much experience of being a real athlete as you get as being an Iowa high school football player. But I'm gonna have to go on a limb and say it's me.
Would you consider yourself one of the more athletic kickers in the country?
I think there's obviously. I mean, you'd be surprised, man. I mean, going into college, I honestly thought like, yeah, man, like I'm gonna be the most athletic. Like that was my mindset and stuff like that. And I still think that a little bit, but like, there's some guys out there that are pretty athletic and stuff like that. But we got some stuff in the works that could potentially show up here this season that could expose who's a good athlete and who's not on the special teams in a game. So, we're kind of waiting on that, and we'll see.
All right, a preview of things to happen, maybe. Now, who's the worst athlete out of the specialists?
I'm not going to name specific names, but we got a long snapper, some long snappers, stuff like that. Guys who are more of a bigger base that they don't need to use their legs as much. I would say those guys are probably the lesser of the athletes in our group, but nonetheless, they're good athletes. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's your favorite food or place to go to in Pennsylvania?
Honestly, bro, like there's not a lot of good places to eat and stay. I mean, there's places, but like if you're looking for food, dude, State College is not something that's super ideal for food.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite places to eat in State College though. There's a place called The Field, like a burger place, pretty tasty. I don't know, bro. I mean, there's not really a lot of good eats here. It's kind of depressing. But what I do like, I'm a huge Panda Express type of guy too.
Of what? Panda Express?
Yeah, that's on our campus. Panda Express and Chick-fil-A, those are right on campus, and I'm a big fan of that. So can't go wrong with that.
Chick-fil-A? Yeah, that's the way to go. What's the best?
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Chick-fil-A, man. Come on.
What's the best dipping sauce at Chick-fil-A?
The Chick-fil-A sauce, hands down.
Okay, good.
Come on.
Good.
Come on.
One last. We'll round it up with a football question.
Okay.
Obviously, like I said, you guys are up to 10, undefeated.
Yep.
The reaching the college football playoff, is that the ideal expectation or goal?
I would say a huge expectation and goal would be to do that. I wouldn't say it's out of the question at all. Obviously, you know, another team that's ranked up there is Ohio State. You know, we're gonna have to go through them if we want to do that. And I think we can. I mean, they're a really tough team. They're playing really strong this year, so that'll definitely be a test. But yeah, that's a goal. That's a goal for any team. I feel like, I mean, at least it should be. Otherwise, I don't know why you're playing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, we're sitting good. We're in a good spot right now. We're playing really well. This week will be a tough test. It'll kind of, you know, show us where we're really at and stuff like that. But I would say the playoffs is a legitimate goal, and I think that's what we all want to do. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to thank kicker of Penn State, athlete at Penn State, Jake Pinegar, for coming on for an interview. And I want to wish you luck this week against Iowa.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right. Make sure to tune in to our NFL and college football podcast later this week.